Hi, ladies. Today we're going to talk about factoring quadratic polynomials. So quadratic just means that there's an x squared in there somewhere. And this information comes from section 7.6 in your textbook. So if you wanted to read your textbook to get more information, that's where you would find it. So again, we're going to be factoring quadratic trinomials where there is a leading coefficient in front of the x that's squared. Okay, so that leading coefficient is going to be a number that's greater than 1. And the way that we're going to factor is we're going to use tables in this format because there's a little bit of trial and error and a little bit of calculation that you have to do to find the right combination of factors of A. So we're going to be looking at factors of A and factors of C that will work to get us that middle term that we're looking for. Okay, so let's go ahead and try an example. So the first example that we're going to do is 4x squared plus 13x plus 3. So we're going to look at possible factors of A and possible factors of C. So the good news is the only possible factors of C in this case are 1 and 3. But we have to have them in the right combination of factors of A. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Okay, so possible factors of A could be 2 and 2. And then factors of C are 3 and 1. So how does this look when we put it into factors? So you start with 2x, right? So this time when we're doing our factors, we're going to have a coefficient in front of x. So 2x plus 3 and then 2x plus 1. So what we're looking for is we're looking to get the right factorization, right? We know that these factors will give us 4. So we know that those factors of A will give us 4. And we know that these factors will give us 3, which is our C. What we're looking for is the right combination to give us that 13x, that middle term. So, right, what we're looking at is our outer and our inner. Okay, so let me get a different color here. We're looking to see what the outer and the inner terms will give us when added together. So 2x times 1 is 2x. And then 3 times 2x is 6x. So when that's added together, that gives us 8x, which is not what we're looking for. So then we'll just put a little X mark on the outside here so that we know that we tried that and it didn't work. So the next thing that we can try are factors of A that are 4 and 1. And then we're going to stick with our factors of C, 3 and 1. And we might have to put these in a different order. So the first thing that we're going to try is 4x plus 3. And I apologize for my handwriting. It's a little harder to do this than you would think. And then 1x plus 1. So x plus 1. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to check those first terms. So, oh, no, outer terms times the inner terms. So that gives us, so 4x times 1 is 4x plus 3 times x. 3 times 1x is 3x. So that gives us 7x. That does not give us the right middle term. So we'll put an X mark there. Tried that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to flip these two factors of A around and try that combination. Since they're different, right, this time we're going to use 1 and 4 and 3 and 1. Now we didn't have to do that up here because those factors of A were the same, but this will actually give us a different combination of factors. So this time we have our 1x plus 3 okay, and then we're going to have our 4x plus 1. Okay, so let's see what this gives us for our combination for our middle term. So we're looking at our outers and our inners, and I kind of think we have the right combo this time. So x times 1 is just 1x plus 3 times 4x gives us 12x. So if we add those together, we get 13x, which is what we want for our middle term. Okay, so these factors here are the correct factors for 4x squared plus 13x plus 3. So in factored form, that would be x plus 3 times 4x plus 1. Okay, so let's try another example. And this time we have a negative middle term. So in order to get a positive number for C and a negative number for B, what we need are actually two negative numbers as our factors of C, right? The only way that we can have that happen is if our factors of C are both negative numbers. So we're looking for factors of A, which is 3, so factors of 3, and then factors of C, which is 2. Didn't mean to put that there. But we need two negative numbers. Okay, so let's try this. So factors of A, and we're looking for a middle term of -7. So our possible factors of A would be 1 and 3. 3 and 1. We have to do them in separate orders. And factors of C would be 2 and 1 or 1 and 2. Actually, let's wait. Since we wrote these out of order, we're going to keep these in the same order. Sorry about that. 2 and 1. So that'll get those factors in any possible order that we could get. So we're going to use one factor of A, so that's 1x plus, or minus, sorry, these need to be negatives. Negative, negative. So x minus 2 times 3x minus 1. And we need parentheses. And then we're going to look to see if we get that middle term that we want. Okay, so we're going to use our outers and our inners. So we have x times -1, which is -1x. Okay, and then -2 times 3x gives us -6x. And that adds up to -7x, which is what we were looking for our middle term. So we lucked out by getting that on the first shot. If not, then you would have tried your factors in this order using those. So the correct factorization of this quadratic is x minus 2 times 3x minus 1. And I apologize for the handwriting. Okay, so we will pick up with a couple more examples on the next recording.